And welcome back. We're moving into our final segment for today, and we're playing catch up with Belizean artist Ras Indio. Good morning and welcome back to the show.
Always a blessing, you know. Big up Belize. Blessed New Year to who not hear it yet, you know. Even though we're there 3 weeks in it already.
Well, it's okay once you see them for the first time.
Correct,
right?
correct.
Now, Ras Indio, let's talk a little bit about the journey that you've been on as an artist. Play catch up first of all. We know that you started very, very early as one of the sons of Brother David.
Yes.
Or Brother David.
Brother David. Big him up all the way in a Dangriga. Yes, I.
So let's talk about your musical journey and how that has served you to become a global traveler.
Yes, well, I have to say that it was my destiny. I think it's a part of my whole upbringing, root, everything that brought me to who I am now. As I said, destiny means something that was designed from the Most High from birth. I've dabbled in many different careers. You know, people know me in the tourist industry one time. You know, people know me to be a telemarketer at one time. You know, people will know certain things that I've been through. You know, I've done special effects for movies. We did a movie named Dante's Peak one time, way back. You know, this is in Hollywood, LA area, because you know I spend a lot of my time there. But really, it has to be destiny for me to be who I am today through the music. Growing up, age 2, 3, I used to fall asleep underneath the keyboard stand. You know, where my pa and the band Unity used to rehearse. We've come in here, we've talked about this before. I had to talk about the 80s, you know. Now check out the full swing. I met a lady, Makeda, in San Diego recently. Many who follow Facebook may have seen the photos, you know. And this year I'm going to host the Tribute to the Legends in San Diego with a lady who used to work with my father back in the 80s, Makeda Dread. You know, she's been promoting reggae in that San Diego and California area for over 30 years or more. So, just to say, that's where I come from. I used to listen to albums, Bob Marley, Black Uhuru, Steel Pulse, the albums, the real LP records, you know. I used to watch the cover and read all the information. I talk about age 5 and 6 and 7. This is why I always say music makes you who you are, a lot of the time. Education, yes, and many different things, the teachings you get from your parents, whatever it might be, but music has a very strong part in our lives. It tells a story in our entire culture and everything. You know?
Now, when it comes to your own foray into music itself, how do you develop the material that you're going to? Is it more topical wherever you are in at that particular juncture in your life, that that's what is featured, or do you find yourself having recurrent themes that you want to cover because that's the body of the messages that you want to leave behind?
It's both. What you just mentioned is kind of both, because at times we find ourselves in positions and as artists to have to express ourselves to whatever it might be. It could be somebody, you know, who didn't give you the right treatment. You thought, you know, when you walked into a certain place, you felt funny. So you sing about it. You see, a lot of things that we do as a form of reconstruction for yourself, you sing about it. You understand? So I came from a long history, like you say. So I've sung about many things, but my topics do remain the same. And that is to always keep God first in your life. Always remember, you know, love your brother and your sister. Don't care about color, or, you know, that's my thing. And I grew up with that message instilled in me. Again, I believe because of the music I listened to as a child. Those songs I used to listen to and the words within those music has brought forth me, the person, Ras Indio, you know?
Now, we often see you traveling in different places. Let's talk about your latest journey.
Tulum. I have to say it right. I have to say it right because, you know, a lot of like Cozumel and a lot of these places are pronounced in an American fashion. But really, Cancun is really, you know, we have to utilize the real aspect of the language to get the real appreciation from the people. When I go on the stage and I say things in their language, in Spanish or closest to them, I feel the love even more. But Tulum was an amazing trip. Bacalar, unfortunately, it got rained out. Yet there were people who still got the CD autograph, people who still wanted their photo. We were there to watch the stage for the wait for it there, open it up, like huge stage, you know. But they wouldn't open it up because they didn't want to take the chance of anyone getting affected. It was raining a lot. It was raining here in Belize that week a lot also. But when we made it to Tulum, the vibes was right, and they accepted us just like they did in Chetumal. Chetumal was August 2015, and that was the first time I got to realize how much reggae music is appreciated right across the border, you know. We had come in and talk about that also.
Now, you've been to Europe, you've been to Africa, you've been to other places. What would you say, how has that broadened your ability to reflect some of the more global themes that we often don't recognize within our Belizean construct, but pretty much they're the same?
Yeah.
So how has that broadened the message in terms of that you take from Belize and bring back to Belize from your global travels?
I mean, it's tremendous because like just the other day I went to Merida. I've never been to Merida. You always hear about Belizeans going to Merida for medical whatever reasons, but I decided that because I met a band in Chetumal and they were again in Tulum, I have to big them up. They invited me to come to Merida to visit the radio station, which I did. I went on Sonar Radio in Merida, and the music is now playing there. And just the exposure there, I didn't know so many tourists and everything flock Merida the same way you would think they do in Cancun. Cancun is more popular, right? But Merida has a lot of ruins. I went to the ruins. We went to many different things I didn't expect to see in Merida. And the people there, the love, again, it's like they love Rasta. I don't know why Spanish people love Rasta, so they love Bob Marley. Why? Because Bob Marley was a positive person. And Bob Marley's music has transcended all across the world to be positive. So whenever I go anywhere, people see me, they see Bob Marley, they think positive, you know? And that is what Rasta music and reggae music has brought to the world, you know? But again, traveling back and forth when I go to Canada and meet certain people and they expose me to certain things, let's not go to Canada, let's go to California. You know, this topic here is a whole different show, but I couldn't go to California where I have close friends of mine, all right, who have been living the last few years off of something that Belize refused to, would ever decide to let, you know, legal, you understand? And these people are building, they are growing, they are doing many things based on the ability to do what they're doing with the same substance that Belize wouldn't consider. Why? Because of, I heard a simple thing like Wall Street. Wall Street is not affiliated with Belizean market. So there's no way it would ever become legal here in Belize until Wall Street is involved. This is why it's becoming legal in different parts of the world.
Is that a part of your message?
Well, my thing is not to go out and smoke weed. But my thing is to let people know how great it is to different societies to build off of, to say, well, you can do clothes, you can do so many different hemp products and things that people around the world are. Hemp seeds alone is one of the most nutritional things you can eat and put in your diet. You understand? But like I said, that's a different topic, William. Right now we came to talk about the one of a kind.
So let's talk about this latest CD
which I want
that
to give
you have. Thank you.
On air, live and direct. This is my Blessed New Year. I already gave Marlene one. So, and we have been giving away a lot of CDs because this is more of a promotional CD, yet we do have it in stores. It is distributed worldwide with VPAL Music, all right, which is huge.
What's different about this release than your others?
The whole idea and the whole vibe of it, because I got personal this time. I didn't get, usually I'm defending the people. I'm defending the fact that, oh, people want to do this, so let's talk about this. Or certain people are frauds in our community, so let's talk about it, you know? So usually I get pushed way over there, so, and you know, I've been very controversial for a while in my career, so I figured it was time to make a change, reach out to more audience, let people know that I can do other things than be vexed. Then they say, oh, Ras Indio, he always vexed. He always the real up. I don't want, you know, honestly, that's some of the things I've heard, you know? Even my father have said this. So it was just that time. And I'm walking through a phase of life. And yes, I've been through a few personal situations that have given me the ability to even sing some of the songs that I've sing, you know? But like, Special is the first song, One of a Kind. There's something about this girl that makes me feel complete. Searched all around the world, and no one could I ever compete. There is something about this girl. People don't hear me that vibes yet. you know.
So it's more a lovers reggae kind of vibe, the entire release?
That's exactly what it is. It's a lovers rock CD with the aim to get all these songs, which is only 6 songs. It's an EP. Because it's the first time we're working with an international distributing company like VPAL Music, which is a branch of VP Records. Indigenous Productions, my company, our company, has put out all Ras Indio's music for the past 10 years. 5 years, I would say, but I like to say 10 now because it feels so long, you know. But first time we decided to work with a worldwide distribution company. So this CD actually is now available in Japan. It's a little different now because they're not making actual CDs anymore. It's all digital. Mm-hmm. And that's why most of Ras Indio's music can be found online. All right, if you go to the website rasindiobelize.com, or you can go to Amazon or iTunes or CD Baby and just search Ras Indio, I want to pop up, you know? And that's a huge accomplishment, you know? One of the biggest accomplishments right now is these songs being played on radio stations like Sirius XM. I don't want to stop, you know, bigging them up because they took the time to look into what I was doing. I spoke with the lady personally, you know, besides my sister who manages and do all that. I talked with her personally and she says, lovely, we want to incorporate Belize into our playlist and our rotation. You know, this is Sirius XM. It's a worldwide thing. And since then, you know, we have literally been seeing an increase on royalty checks. A lot of the artists of Belize don't even understand nothing about royalties, which again is another topic. Because I could sit back and just make music. I don't even have to worry about perform. I don't have to worry about a lot of the things that you see us used to hassle about. Remember, music will sing anytime, anywhere, any place because we just want to sing. And it's not that I'm not still passionate about just getting out the message. Because at one time, that was the thing. It was nothing about how we live from this. It was just, I just want to get anyone mic today, you know, we know for heal King Selassie, you know, that's how it used to be. We just want to get this message out to the people, get this message out. But at a time when you become at the age where I'm at and you have 7 children and you have things going on that you have to live for, then you realize you have to turn it into a music business. It's not just music.
Now, that's an important point for young people. How did you make that transition?
That was a hard transition. It would have to do a lot with mental, you know, because you have to realize. It's like you have to realize, oh, and you have to then start to know what you are worth. Because there are people out here, and I don't want to go into that conversation too, because this is about the one-of-a-kind CD, but there's promoters here who just will not give us the respect and the appreciation that we could, you know, that we deserve. That's why people do not see me perform in Belize as often as I used to, because of the respect factor, simple. If people had more respect for us, the Belizean artists, I would perform a lot more, but I cannot stand being disrespected, you know? So this is where I'm at with that. And big up all the people who do what they do, but the promoting of shows in Belize have now become more of a competition between the promoters than what it's really about. And it's about the artists and the music that they are coming to share, you understand, with the Belizean people. And I remember we've brought, you know, I was a part of when that team brought Sizzla in 2005. I know you was probably there. Right? We brought Cableton to San Pedro. We brought Perfect to the MCC ground. So I've done my share of bringing artists and trying to, when I used to bring artists, it's because I'm saying I'm bringing the message of this artist for the people I believe our people need it. That's what I used to. It never just be because, oh, I'm trying to make money and I have to get hype or whatever the case may be, you know? But again, one of a kind, special for all the people them out there. It's available in stores worldwide, you know?
Now,
I love to say that. It's
what
worldwide.
would you say? When you have a project like that, you singled out one of a kind. That's the video that you've shot?
Yeah, a little piece of it. We have a little clip of it too. And to be honest, my albums have no... that's why I said the Most High has his hand in everything I do. Remember the Visions of Life, which was a DVD full of all my videos? I had no hand in saying, I'm going to do a video. And I'm going to put all my videos on it. I'm going to release it. It just came together. The people, let's make them up. The people who took the photos for that album and this album is, like you said, my brethren's Plaga Photos. They're in California, they're Belizean. So let's big up Farron and that whole team of Belizeans.
Bentwan.
Yes, they're doing big things. They're doing big things for Belizeans, but in LA. So we don't hear much about them here. We will real soon. I got over there, I'm chilling with them, and we did a photo shoot. They pulled the green screen in the living room. Shh. I'm like, right, Chasa? He said, yeah, man. So we took a bunch of photos. Since then, Those photos have been used for flyers. They've been used for many different projects. But the main cover, when I was like this, on Visions of Life, remember? They did that, you know? And that was a beautiful cover. It made sense. Like I said, I came up with the title of that video, and then I saw the picture. You understand? And I was like, that's going to be the picture for that, because it makes sense. Same thing with One of a Kind. I didn't have a hand in saying, oh, let's take a picture with me looking like this, you know? It just happened, and as the project builds, then the thing unfolds. And I think it was time for a CD like One of a Kind.
So you have 6 songs on this particular, outside of the title track. Which other one you really like?
My favorite is the last one, My Remedy. Why? Because I always love my last recorded songs, but My Remedy is one that always makes me feel real good, you know? It's real calm and mellow. So I want to big up Paul Flores, the Belizean producer. Let's not forget, this entire album, people always hear the rhythm. People ask me, oh, that Bird Chill rhythm, that Bird Chill make that rhythm? Oh, no, I recorded that album right here in Belize. The only song is Love You Always. It's the 3rd song. Love You Always is the only song that was produced by a Jamaican producer, but he lives in California. His name is King Hopton. He's worked with Barry Salmon. He's worked with Sanchez. He's worked with many others. And that's why I decided to work with him on this project, because you hear the names and it's this type of project. They are some of the best singers, you know, I've met in the world. But Paul Flores has a studio in Belmopan. He moved from Ludwig Studios, I don't know when, but he's moved in Belmopan. And Magic Fingers, that's what we call him, he made a wonderful piece, song by song. It started like this. I walked in his studio just to check it out. He had the rhythm for Only One, which is actually a familiar rhythm which he recreated. It's the automatic rhythm. Queen Ifrica, a few other big artists have songs on that. So when I got in the studio and I hear this rhythm, I'm like, wow, you sound good. Right away, woman, I love you, need you. Girl, you're the one and only one. I want you to be true. For every queen there is a king, man. Right away, that popped in my head. So right away, I tell him, turn on the mic. And so I gone in and I bust out that whole song. I talk about the first visit to the studio. He mixed it down. By the next day, I heard it. I said, wow, Pa, we have to work together. As we continued working, we did a couple more songs. I said, wow, Pa, we make beautiful music together. So that's how I said, we have to do this full CD. So we communicated, discussed how we can make it happen. Had our ups and downs, just like always, you know, it's a thing. But the most beautiful thing was that the studio was less than 10 minutes away. If I walked, it was maybe 12 minutes. You understand? Mm-hmm. So now, to be able to get home, in my environment, feel my sunshine, in my backyard, to do my thing, and be able to say, all right, I go in a studio and walk and get there in less than 10 minutes. You know, the vibe, that's what you feel. Calm, peaceful, relaxed. It all came out in this album. It wasn't like I'm in California or I'm in the cold in Minnesota and we're going to the studio, it's always a different vibe. All those things have a play on what comes out of your music.
So what do you want people to walk away with after listening to this EP?
Just more love in your hearts for everyone. It's not just personal. Remember I did a song, Love You Mama. That's the most precious woman in my world, you know, and my daughters. So One of a Kind is just a thing for us to know that love is strong. And without love, we can't do anything. The last video I came in here and promoted was Love is the Way with Turbulence. So that's what I'm on right now. It's just to let go all the violence and all that type of negative atmosphere. We don't need it. And the only reason why we carry this is because we watch too much TV. All right? The one-eyed monster. See it right here? Sometimes you have a good thing like me on there, but sometimes, sometimes the TV really could stray the youths. And right now, the TV has in your palm of your hand because all the phones and all the tablets and all these things. We can't even sit down and have a normal conversation if we went to go have a dinner right now. Not me and you, but you know, if we went, because everybody's on their own phone. The children over there, and I gone in a house yesterday and people surrounded together. TV they on, the 3 children, they play their own tablets. I'm like, well, you know, we used to go outside, we used to go climb tree, we used to, not saying that's what we should be doing right now, because we're a little modern to be climbing trees, but they think they used to make we feel good, they think they used to make we, you know, exercise, natural exercise, you know. These are the things that I want Belizeans to wake up to. Stop following what we see on TV and trying to keep up with the pace of all these beautiful Belizean, natural Belizean queens now wearing extra this. eyes, extra this. They don't need it, you know? I believe that our natural essence as a people is as beautiful as can be.
All right. Well, Ras Indio, we want to thank you very much for stopping by this morning.
Yes,
unfortunately, we can't play the video.
What, here we go again? Can't play Here We Go Again?
But where can people see the video?
Oh, on YouTube, definitely. The video from the One of a Kind album is not out yet. We're working on it. Everything is on YouTube. Anything you want to see about Ras Indio is on Facebook online. Just search it and you'll find it. The album is in Teddy's, Kings and Queen Street. It's in Belmopan at Dacre's Bookshop and Brody's. It's in Venus at it's at Kayo in Venus Records, and Back to My Roots at Dangriga at the bus terminal, you know, Orange Walk at DJ Rob. So we did our best to distribute around the country. But again, we are focused on the international market with our music, and that's just the case, you know.
All right. Well, Ras Indio, thank you once again for having this conversation with me.
Always a pleasure. Big up Channel 5, open your eyes early in the morning.
All right. We're going to go ahead and take a final break, and when we come back, it'll be for all rap. Don't go anywhere. Open Your Eyes concludes after these messages.
One of a kind.
Available in stores worldwide.
There ain't no other. Girl, you're the one for me.
Big love from London. We love the album. I was living in Ethiopia.
I'm from Mexico and I love this one of a kind city.
We love One of a Kind. Big up Ras Indio from Belize. One love.
I like it.
I'm here from Australia. Big up Ras Indio, One of a Kind. Woo, woo.
I'm Angel, I'm from Canada, Alberta, and I love this new CD.
廣東話好音樂，本地製作，支持。